Good evening, Soul Tribe. Today's reading is going to be the full moon energies for the end of November. Trying to get this to reset. There we go. For the end of November with the lunar eclipse and the full moon itself. These are always releasing energies, any burdens we no longer need. But with the eclipse, it's also going to bring us in new things, creative energies, things like that. So you might feel a little bit of a polarity, kind of give and pull, because of feeling like you want to release things, but at the same time you want to create new things. That's okay. You just gotta learn how to kind of balance those energies. So I wanted to give you guys kind of the overflow of what we're going to be experiencing as we move into this. As we talked in October, we have those two full moons that we're going to be bringing in our abundance, which the spirits and divine are reconfirming we are within, is working within this abundance of energy of bringing in, manifesting things that we want to see. They remind us to stay focused, don't lose sight, even if it's feeling like things have been a little rough and rocky. Keep your mind's eye on what you're wanting to move forward to. Have trust in this. Have the patience to allow it to come in. What we manifest right now doesn't always appear right as we're manifesting it. In our mind's eye, it's going to take the divine time to be able to bring that to us sometimes. Hence, learning to have the patience. Like, come here, little man. Like the little turtle. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, put yourself back on the... Hey. Don't jump at the frog. Put yourself back on the rock. Thank you. And as you're learning to do this, they remind you to... Sorry about that. To self-love. There we go. To remember to do those small little rituals that are good for yourself, your soul, keeping your cup filled before you try to fill anybody else's. If you've been feeling a little heavy, like you're carrying around some wand energy, other people's burdens, your own burdens, or manifested within your mind of what is a burden, but you could totally release it. You just have to take that deep breath and let it go so the divine can take it and do what they need. Do not let the extremities of the outside world take faith or take toll on you. You can see it's looking a little parched out there and he's feeling the heat. At the same point, he's got a cup of water right there. All he needs is just take that moment to remember, I've got a nice cold cup of water here. I can take that deep breath. I love how we pretty much have got a pretty solid full moon moving down into the next energies and then into the next full moon. Might be time for a little self-reflections as you're moving through this. Letting these extremities go is going to bring forth some things that you might need to do, some reflecting, soul work, healing. Again, releasing brings healing. So they're definitely guiding you towards moving towards those healing. Take that moment to see where, if you've been in a really rocky thing, which is what I feel a lot of us have kind of been moving through this year, has been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of roller coaster type energy. Every time you feel like you're starting to go up, then you hit this really big dip down. Just remember that there's always going to have a balance. You need to learn to take that deep breath. When you're feeling like things are getting to take on too much, go inward for a moment. Reflect on what it is that you're really feeling. What is this heaviness that I'm feeling? Is it something that I can, fix? Or is it something I need to just let things come at their own due time? Be smart. Keep your mind open. Keep your eyes open. But, not sit there and put so much time and energy onto the what if, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And remember that The divine is protecting us. We work with them, they work with us. So as you're going through all of this, you're not feeling like you're alone. All you need to do is ask. I do it all the time with them nowadays, that I feel like I'm more connected. I've walked some of this path a little bit. A little understanding. It was in a really hard relationship. A lot of toxicity within it for a solid 8 years. When I left, I didn't know who I was. I couldn't even trust my own thoughts or beliefs or words that I was saying. I always felt like I was in the wrong. And it was a hard battle. It's when I started really walking back down the spiritual path and finding this same type thing that I try to guide you guys to, because I've learned that as you do that hard, dark night of the soul walk, sometimes we need that little extra guidance, a little understanding we may not be able to see because our eyes are just a little clouded still from needing to heal past something. And somebody who's walked a similar path a lot of times can understand and give you a little insight of where you might be at and how you can kind of move through it. Now, they're not going to always tell you this is what you need to do. But remember, even if they do tell you this is what you need to do, you don't have to. We all have free will. If you don't feel like that is the right answer, then see where something within what they were telling you, maybe there's a clue on what you're supposed to be moving towards or how. Okay? I feel like we do have a little bit of that divine masculine, divine feminine energy running through this. So I've got deck 1 over here that fell out as I was shuffling, and part 2 over here, and then the bigger answer for what's going on within the divine masculine as a whole up in this third one. So with this side, which I feel is more of that femininity coming through, she's operating within her Queen of Swords. She's using her sharp intellect. She's, again, as we said, keeping that focus, staying aware, and using what we've learned. Pardon me. So she can cut away any wands, any of those heavy burdens, that 10 of Wands energy. When you feel like, come back here, when you feel like you're on fire, but you can see that even though this is running up her skirt, she's still looking out to a brighter day. She knows that there's an opportunity for something better. It's just having to get out of, walking out of these flames. You see even up here, the flames are coming from behind her past. Okay. The other side, a little bit more, is the King of Wands. The fiery, passion, ambitious man. Entrepreneurial in a way. Sometimes he can be a little twisted. Sometimes his passion and fire can come across a little abrupt, so to speak. With the 4 of Swords, sorry, I got a cheat sheet because with my health condition, I'm not always the best at remembering everything. So the 4 of Swords is the rest, the recuperation, the taking a moment to let time take its course. We're protected through this. So recuperate in this moment. The masculine side of you has been doing a lot of action, so now we need to take that moment to pull back and let all of that abundance we were trying to bring within flow in as we focus our mind towards our next task. And as we do this, and our masculine takes his moment to rest and recuperate, oh, of course it dies on us. I hope you guys can still hear me over here. We move into the 8 of Cups, which is disappointment. Sorry, excuse my big old head here. And here, card. There we go. Okay, so the 8 of Cups, which is the disappointments, the escaping, the walking away. Again, here's that moon energy, those releasings, that walking away from. So they're both knowing they need to release whatever has been holding them back so they can go forward. The masculine side wants to come forth with an offer of love with a page. Or this could be a youthful person who is just so full of love they inspire the masculine to be able to go forward. It could even be his queen reminding him of the loving side of. And then we go into the Nine of Swords, which is he's moving through some anxiety. Again, he's taking a moment to rest. He's been doing a lot of work. That anxiety, that stress, distractions, things like that. Sometimes we need to take just that moment to come back in, to rebalance, so he can come out anew as a fool, taking that new step into a very beautiful life, that fruitful, beautiful life, from fall to spring. And she's painting within and reawakening the cherry blossoms. And then the big deck that gets to run between these two. So we get more information. We've got the Four of Wands, which is celebrations, sweet environments, good times, peace. So we're starting to find some peace and create new things, new projects, new ideas of things we want to move towards to help fulfill our abundance after a Tower moment. Remember, I just said he's taking a moment. We've had maybe a bump between these two to need to come back within, to take a deep breath so they can come back together again. And see how he looks at her. It is intoxicating in a way. He sees her and is like, that is it. This is the one. I've never felt this for anybody else. My eyes are only for this one. And with that strong energy, again, sometimes can come across a little abrupt, a little too passionate at moments, but still, he kind of makes this Queen of Swords heart pitter-pat as he reminds her of her own passions, working through some delays, energy, or sicknesses, injuries, maybe a little defiance. She definitely feels like she's a little bit more defiant, maybe a little more headstrong. Come on, focus. Sorry guys, trying to get it so you can see her a little better. No. Stay. There we go. That way you can see her beautiful face. She's a little bit more of that fiery redhead, like, what do you want? Again, Queen of Swords. What do you want? But he wants to come back for her as the Emperor. He wants to come back and show her that he can be all that he needs to be for his Empress. They say this way. So, he sees her and is like, that is it. This is the one. Having a little help from the angel of the night, working in the evening dusk hours as we sleep, to pull them out of the swamp, to pull them out of these emotional, murky depths and find that there's still a light. They don't have to feel heartbroken anymore. And reignite her passions so that king gets his queen and that fiery energy again. Finding that balance, the Two of Pentacles. Finding their polarity and how to work with each other and utilize each other's energies. Pentacles. Dun, 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 dun. For profit. Investments. This could even be a business relationship, you guys. Pentacles is always about wealth, earthly bound goods. With that mental moment, that aha moment with the Ace of Swords. Remember I said up here with the Ace of Wands? For 3 cups. For celebrations, unions, parties, special events. Have strength. Stay with that patience. She's soft and gentle to tame the lion, to tame that inner beast that they all can carry around with them. She's taking on the Queen of Cups energy, a more kind, compassionate, so that way she can come here, you. So she can give him what he needs to. Again, finding a balance for each other. At the top of the deck with abundance. The 9, luxuries, things along those lines, and at the bottom is the 6 of Cups. These are bitter or nostalgia moments, things like that, so they could both be reflecting on where it had started and realizing that they still want to stay within this. They've just got to make the choice to let go and to go forward with it. So whether this is your internal divine masculine and feminine working with each other, or this is definitely a strong potential being the external too. Like I said, it could either be the romance or could definitely be a partnership as far as business as well. Either way, you guys are starting to try to figure this out and actually move forward. Have the patience to be able to get through this. Learn to use your words and actually express with each other your thoughts, your ideas, so you can start to go forward. This is a beautiful, new, full energy to take that next leap into your new chapters. Alright, you guys. Much love and light. And I wish you all a fabulous full moon into December. And I will be back with you guys the next time I can try to figure out to get to you all. Alright, take care.